What's up, YouTube? How's it going? We are live. We're running. Everything's good. Is everything?
Congrats to the real winners tonight, the moms for Blaney.
Oh my god! Stop! I just realized I didn't plug in my computer. That might be a problem later.
That might be a problem. Yeah, we already discussed.
We
this
tried
last
this
week.
once. Actually, wow, your camera's working now.
It's got enough power.
Oh no! What have you done?
Hold on.
Can't
We're
believe
good.
you've done
That
this.
frame rate was amazing.
That was incredible.
quality.
Super janka.
Yeah, that kind of scared me a little bit there. All right, there we go. Let me pull this down just a little bit. All right, so what's up, YouTube? So we're getting everything set up. We're pretty much ready to go. Let me make sure I got all the music ready.
Ready,
Freddy.
Jeff? What are you doing, bro? You troglodyte! About freaking trying to kill me with the microphone.
Every time.
What are you cold?
I'm sitting under the whole freaking fan, bro.
The whole freaking
The whole fan.
The whole of it.
That's our only fan.
Your payback's coming.
All of the fans.
You're not gonna be paying attention. I'm just gonna pow, like samurai style, just take you out.
That's our only fan. I'm telling you.
I've been doing a
Wow.
good job
Conspiracy
not cussing
theory.
as much.
Kuzma
That
would
be-
probably
Jeff
be
is a
offended by
lizard
that.
person.
He was the only fan.
Wait, what?
Jeff is a lizard person. He's cold.
What?
He needs to stay warm because he's cold-blooded.
He probably is.
You've been
I'm not
listening to
gonna lie.
Alex Jones way too much.
Of all
Calm
the people
down.
that is a lizard person, it's probably Jeff.
Dude, I'm sorry you missed it. One of the fans had a beer drinking hat, and he glued one of Harvick's die-casts to the top, and people were smacking it.
That's kind of funny.
It was his old number 4 Jimmy John's one.
All right, y'all ready to start for realsies?
Wait, I'm on mute.
Hey, we just got another update. Harrison Burton confirmed for the 21.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was already
Gosh.
confirmed.
I
though.
saw that this morning.
I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go off on that.
You know, I'm done with this podcast. They're gonna let
Uh-oh.
trash like that race. I'm done. No,
Who's the worst race?
just kidding. Just
All right.
kidding.
Y'all ready to start for reals?
Hold on. If we were gonna start for real, we get another Coke.
Gold, dude, that one's like brand new.
I think he technically stole mine.
Y'all sharing a Coke over there?
I think we did. Well, no, I thought I grabbed one, but maybe I didn't. I don't remember. Wait, is mine still over there? Oh, yep, mine's over there. It's on the other side of the room. It's too
Coke
late.
shares.
This is
Gobbling
fun.
a Coke.
Gobbling Cokes over there.
Yep. I'd like to point out now we are
Denver.
just waiting on Jake now. Oh, it's Micah.
My.
Hi, Mike.
Okay, bye.
Micah. Wait, we have Kuzman koozies?
Yeah,
No.
Wait, do we or do we
they're
not?
not officially released
Nah.
yet.
Oh, we just broke
Is that
something.
even a thing?
We need
In the works.
Kuzman to.
We gotta get
agree to
Kuzman
it
to sign
first.
off on it though.
Yeah. We're using his likeness.
Jake, that's like a $70
Using his
pour
family
at a
name.
restaurant.
Oh,
You might as
jeez.
well just buy the bottle.
Whatever.
All right, y'all ready?
Coca-Cola.
What do you mean? It's a photo on the
All right.
TV.
Come on, bro.
Here we go.
What? Just don't play footsies with me.
Ryan Blaney locks himself into the playoffs at Talladega, and it delivers one of the most exciting races we have this year. Let's talk about why we're here for the speed.
So that's how we're gonna start the show.
That's
how
either,
we're gonna start
that's
the
either
show.
our best or worst intro ever.
I just am to the point now where I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to start, and whatever is said, you know what? We're just rolling with it.
I do keep my shoes on because of this.
I feel like
nonsense.
DJ. I feel like
Jeff gets a little wild sometimes.
I'm gonna say
got
I
my
was
Croc-
nice
I
and
got my
comfortable
Crocs on
last
right
week,
now.
and now Jeff's back. Now you gotta make sure you keep your socks on.
I got my Crocs on and my socks on.
Oh my
Anyway,
gosh.
I
What's
feel
up?
like DJ waits for the opportune times to start the
No,
show.
I've had times where I've had to wait for like 20 minutes for all y'all just like calm down, and then it's like
We're gonna get like 100 episodes down the road, and there's just gonna be a compilation of just like
random stuff.
the stuff taken out of context that
Oh,
was
it's
said
gonna
on
be
the
bad.
show.
If they take the stuff we say on the show out of context, we'll probably be canceled.
Yeah.
So
That's a fact.
yeah.
Maybe
So
hunted down.
what's up, everybody? My name's DJ. I'm joined by.
Hey, what's up? I'm Jake.
Just Jeff.
And a very disappointed RFK fan, Brad Kozlowski wrecked, but Matt's here.
I can't even call myself a Hendrick fan today. What a self-destruction at the end.
It's
You're
Hendrix.
literally lined up all four on the bottom.
think-
How do you screw that up?
Do you?
I don't know. Ask Junior Motorsports. Like,
Bro, I see the comparison.
Yep.
Who
I see
taught
where
who?
y'all get it from.
Yeah. Yo.
Did Hendrick teach Junior about it?
I
or
don't
did
think
Junior
Hendrick.
teach
I don't think Hendrick's ever been able to work together like that at super speedways.
Once Byron left that line,
Remember when
it
like
was
the
over.
team orders came out? Dale Jr.'s like, I ain't doing that. I run by myself.
I do what I want.
I don't have teammates.
Yeah.
Is your name Dale Jr.? No. All right.
See you later.
See you later,
Yeah.
sucker.
Yeah, it's been it was a really good race. I actually took my little side note that I told you guys kind of about. We went to Disney with the girls, took them to the first time, and my daughter loved the racing car drives or the race cars.
That was hilarious.
Dude, it was
Nice.
listen, it was funny because we're driving, right? She's 2, little over 2. She doesn't know what she's doing. And if you've been on the ride at Disney with the race cars, you know basically there's no steering. It's got like a little thing in the middle and you
Little
just bounce
track,
back
yeah.
and forth. Back and forth. Dude, we're driving and she's driving and she's just having fun, laughing, and we're bouncing off each side constantly back and forth. The next thing I know, there's this car that's like doing half the speed that we are, which is already really slow. And we pass these people, and my daughter turns around and is like, bye-bye, bye-bye. Like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm turning her into a NASCAR fan. She's already getting toxic and like yelling at drivers as she passes them. I'm
Waving.
like, this
Waving
is
on the way
waving
by.
out the window. And the next thing you know, she was like trying to scrub the tires, like bouncing off like a ping pong ball.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know how like one drives and one is a fake steering wheel.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm gonna let Micah drive. That was a mistake. I had to go through NASCAR concussion protocol after that. I was literally so beat up.
I was
like,
fortunate, but one thing that was funny is in the video, she's like driving, and I'm like, okay, you got to turn, and she's like, turn, and it's like you need to turn like this, but she was turning like this, and I'm like, that's not enough. And then next thing you know, she's just like, okay, and just straight up leans back and just like sits there. And I'm like, you can't let go of the wheel. And then she's like, ha 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 ha, like laughing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this kid.
I wonder how much force it takes to jump over the metal.
I have a
barrier.
feeling it's a lot more than those cars can produce because they're not going very fast.
I don't know, man. I think
Matt-
we could find it.
You have a good story this week.
What happened this week?
You're not gonna share your story about your visit to the doctor.
About why you're here right now.
why you're here and not somewhere else?
The schedule.
No.
I'll share
Oh.
it for him.
No. All right. So long story short, me and my wife were expecting our second child.
Why was that funny?
I don't know.
It's just
We're expecting our
really
second
love this
child,
story.
It's so
and Megan's
random.
being induced, and the doctor's like, "Hey, we could do it on Sunday the 1st." And I'm just sitting there like quietly, like, we could really do Monday the 2nd. That would probably work out better for everyone. And I straight up told the doctor, I was like, Sunday is Talladega. We can't be doing this. And he's like, all right, we'll do it for Monday. It's nothing too crazy, but
No,
I gotta push off.
I was
The
told
story-
I
the
was
story
told
I
that
got-
the doctor laughed
oh, he did. Yeah, he
his tail off at you. about it.
I heard
It is what it
Matt
is.
turned to Megan and gave Megan a face, which
I mean, it was like a smirk. It was like, listen, if we absolutely have
if we can
to,
wait till Monday.
it's fair game. But if we have a choice,
So if our priorities are ever in question, I mean, you know where we're at.
Yeah.
that's it. I was just,
Kuz-
if we have a choice and we can wait till Monday, that would work out best.
Yeah. Kuzman just jumped in. What's up, Kuzman? He's like, I just joined in and I heard my name. What's going on?
We're
Yes.
talking about making a Kuzman koozie. We're trying. We're running through a
throwing
couple different
cookies.
designs. Oh, I'll take
Oh,
it.
whoa, whoa,
Just
whoa. We're
roll
good.
it. Oh,
I didn't know we
Hey,
had
that was
cookie
perfect.
delivery.
Hey.
Hey.
Oof. Oh gosh, this is gonna be tough. We got all.
It is-
Have you ever
Is
thought
this how you do it?
Have you ever thought of playing disc golf?
You know.
Anyways,
Anyway.
do you have any interesting stories after you bailed last minute on the podcast last week?
Ooh. Just straight.
No.
Wow, you're so interesting, bro.
I procrastinated way too long on a very long paper last week that I didn't start until probably the podcast started. And so I pretty much just spent from about 4:30 in the afternoon last Sunday till about 11:30, like about 10 minutes before my paper was due, writing the paper.
Perfect.
So
That's a perfect role model, Jeff.
I don't do it all the time. It was just the one time.
Liar!
But I was like, man,
Jeff gave a whole speech about how, like, you know, guys, I did so good. I did all my homework. I won't have to do any while we're at Daytona.
I remember
This
that.
freaking guy was on his laptop the entire time doing homework.
Yup.
I'm like,
Every afternoon.
fire, bro. And this was like the day before we went to Daytona.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I underestimated it. Well, it's because in the way my school works is that like in February, Daytona 500 is usually the last week of February, and then same thing with August. It's like the second Daytona race is usually the last week of August. So wow, okay. So
for
that's where
those
we're
listening,
going.
for those listening to the podcast, watching Jake dip a M&M's cookie into whiskey, quite a sight.
why
Anyway.
so spicy?
My finals week always lands.
Are we
on the
still
week
on
of
this
those
cool
races.
story?
I never got to finish because your
It's-
stupid
yeah, bro, you just
self
rambling.
was like,
Let's
Speed it
move
up.
on.
Speed it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
you know
quick.
what? I'm done. Whatever.
Thank God.
I procrastinated.
end of the weekend at
it was my
Daytona,
fault.
He still
Or
didn't
whatever.
finish his homework. He still had to come home and be like, I gotta go home. I gotta do my
You
homework."
literally could wrap this story up with, yes, I'm a liar and a troglodyte. Let's move on.
Wow, bro.
Man.
I took a week off and I just come back and this is what I get, bro.
Yeah,
What
bro,
were-
you get a whole extra week of hazing to catch up on.
I'm realizing that if we were a NASCAR team, we'd probably be Hendricks because we'd all just like fight and
literally.
wreck each other. All right,
Dang,
so
man.
let's go off on some things that happened this week. Some random news. So we got to see Ricky Bobby and Cal Naughton Jr. for real this time at the race.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
was
about
pretty
y'all,
awesome.
but I thought it was awesome.
I got
It's
a
a-
rant about this.
Yeah, I know
If you
you
want to
do.
hear it.
I know, but I just thought it was super cool that because, and this kind of I know is going to go into your rant a little bit, so I won't go too far into it. But I love the fact that they just leaned into it.
I love
And
it.
like
I
how
love
they,
everything about
they
it.
made like all the trailers and the commercials and where they like did like the car reveal and everything. Like I loved all of that.
Oh,
I
that
thought
was
that was
amazing.
awesome.
It was awesome participation by the drivers.
By
You know?
but the teams, the drivers, like everything.
You could tell
Sponsors?
Briscoe was a lot more into it than I would say Ryan Priest was. But still, I mean, they both.
See, I would say the other way. I think Priest was more into it.
Nah. I couldn't tell. I thought
don't know.
Briscoe was all about
Priest
it.
coming out, or not Priest,
Briscoe
Briscoe coming out
as the
announced-
Magic Man
He was literally announced as Cal Naughton Jr.
Yeah.
at driver intros. Like,
and had the handlebar mustache.
you won.
Bravo.
You won.
Just bravo. Handlebar Mustache did the whole Magic Man skit. Like,
Yep.
it was. He wins. Like, I don't know.
No,
what
that
to
was
tell you.
awesome. I thought it was
It
great.
was so good. I picked him for the race. I mean, he finished like I want to say 25th, but
great. So,
I did.
Jake, I know you got a rant on this one. So, what is your rant on this?
it's a valid
Start
rant.
my
It
rant.
is.
It's
it
a
is.
very, very valid.
Oh, jeez,
rant.
we're starting
All
it
right,
with
so
that.
here's the deal. First off, I'll preference by saying I loved it. I thought everything about it was classic. I mean, we've seen like the Cougar car
Mhm.
Yep.
ran by Kurt Busch. Like, so we've seen it like entertained a
2012.
little bit, but to see two teams or two cars and a team just go head first, I thought it was great. But what I don't like is so many times we've all seen like the NASCAR media persons, and I won't call anybody out, but I know for a fact there's a handful of them that have absolutely dogged on the movie Talladega Nights because it doesn't represent like real NASCAR, blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, I don't know about y'all, but I've been to a bunch of races and I've been camping, and that junk is pretty freaking
It's
accurate.
not as far off as they make it sound.
Right.
I mean, I don't know about
There's
a Cougar.
literally people-
Besides this Cougar in the car,
There's
Listen,
literally people walking around with Wonder Bread hats on at
Bro,
Daytona.
the
and
things we've
Talladega.
seen at Daytona and Bristol and like, it's pretty close. And the way some of these drivers, like Chase Elliott this year, let me just right fence or right hook Denny Hamlin into the fence in a retaliatory wreck. I mean, like, it's really not that far.
I got another one that was been kind of funny. Remember how Kyle Busch always seems to drive in reverse?
Yes,
Did you
bro,
see that one
literally.
where he
Last week.
drove in reverse at Texas?
all
You-
the way around.
Did you know the scene in the movie where what the track was?
It was Texas.
It was Texas, where he
yeah.
beats, what was it, Jamie McMurray, I think, in the movie?
I think so.
Yeah.
So, I
it was
mean,
at Texas.
What I'm saying is, like, I hate how much the media dogs on this movie, and then at this announcement, they are completely changed face to support it.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
It's
this is a
toxic.
situation you don't get your cake and eat it too. Like, choose your side of the fence.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that. I'm not about it. But I do love everything that Stuart Haas did.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Props.
No,
this is how you become marketable and sellable.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's like, okay, yes, is that movie like, is it, you look at that and you look at Days of Thunder, right? Like, as NASCAR as a whole, which one would you want to represent you? Yeah, you probably want Days of Thunder. But at the same time, it's
I always
still
thought Days of Thunder was
both
kind of
good.
inaccurate about the whole riding in the trailer and the strippers and all that. And then as we got a little bit closer to like the inside of NASCAR,
I
I'm like,
realized.
That's probably happened.
probably accurate.
See,
Several times.
I was trying to think about how many
Not that
times
far
Tom
off.
Cruise ended up shifting in that movie, and I'm like, that's where I
And, like,
find the line.
After like you work in an enterprise, Matt, and like the whole waiver system and all that, like it wouldn't
Yeah.
be that hard to get 2 cars signed a waiver for the insurance and literally just wreck the hell out of them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, that'd be so.
Like
easy.
I really feel like Days of Thunder is like a pretty realistic.
There's been-
movie.
Probably.
I mean, there has been several comedy skits just about exactly that. You can
Yeah.
rent a car, and for like $11 extra, you could destroy it and have no say in what.
So-
happens.
I had a friend of mine. He was in the army. He would go on the Autobahn and literally just rent these expensive cars, pay the extra $100 or whatever it was there
Yeah.
to get the full insurance, and literally just run these Porsches, literally red limited
The
all
whole
the way,
time.
Well, I mean, like,
Stop you.
and blow them up.
so if you watch like old British Top Gear, they did a race one time. I think it was in like New Zealand, and Jeremy he was hyping it up. He's like, I'm bringing the fastest car in the world, and they're like, geez, I wonder what he's gonna bring to New Zealand. It's like mostly dirt. He shows up in a Toyota Corolla, and they're like, what? And he goes, it's a rental. He's like, I don't care about this thing because I bought the insurance. And dude, he literally wrecks it, like rolls it down a hill at one point, and then he has to go back, and they're like, would you like another one? He's like, yes. And then he shows
just
up,
get a new
his
one.
car is different color, and they're like, wait a minute, didn't you leave in a silver one? He's like, no, it was green. It was green the whole time. But so yes, no, that's 100% true.
Insane.
So yeah, going back to
funny.
the Talladega Nights thing. Yeah, I think it's great. I think you have to realize that unfortunately, whether or not you don't think this is representing NASCAR well, it's still a movie that's out there, and I think leaning into it is better than trying to pretend it doesn't exist.
Exactly.
It's
I'm
part
not
of the
gonna-
culture.
I'll tell
Yeah.
a funny story. One time, me, Matt, DJ, and Jeff, we're gonna go to Talladega, and we did a drinking game with Talladega
Oh
Nights.
my gosh,
This
that
was
was
years ago. We're parents now and like behave people. But me and
Okay.
DJ,
Oh.
me and DJ stayed up to about 1 o'clock in the morning
Mm.
and drank way too much and got up at 4:30 to drive to Talladega.
Oh no, it wasn't Talladega. Was it Atlanta?
No,
it's
it was
Talladega.
Talladega.
I didn't go to Talladega. So, but I was here.
Nate.
No,
No,
that was
it
before
was
Nate.
years ago.
I didn't. I've never been to Talladega.
Maybe it
though.
was Atlanta. We just watched Talladega. I don't know.
I think it was the first Atlanta.
Probably.
the original.
It might have
pavement?
been.
I don't know.
I
Anyways,
don't know. It was
It
one
was
of the.
one of those races. It was
Yeah.
before a Sunday.
That
day
was
trip.
rough.
that was
man.
real rough.
So the deal is, whenever we go on these day trips to the race, I drive all the way there because I don't drive good at night, and Matt drives all the way good, all the way back because he drives good at night.
Nope. I still don't drive good at night. I just
You're a
drive. I
liar,
just drive
bro.
back at night.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Last-
I
last
can't.
gets a like-
I just
can't.
make my way.
Last time me and Matt sat up front, and I just literally talked the entire time. Just to I was like, I got to
Oh,
keep
it's a
Matt
long
talking.
day.
I got to keep Matt
We're
talking,
rolling
and just
back
so we
in
can go.
around 2:30, 3 o'clock.
And I'm just like, Matt, you want a drink? I'm gonna give you something. Like I was everything I could do to try to keep Matt going and stuff like that because it was.
Chug,
It was a struggle.
It just kept chugging along.
Meanwhile, everyone else in the van is all passed out and
Remember
asleep.
that ride back from Charlotte with the deer?
That was the worst.
I was literally just waiting for one to just
Just-
jump in front and just take us out.
I probably had 100.
Thousands?
No, I wouldn't say
Nah,
that
bro,
many.
it was more than 100.
You think so?
Yes, bro.
I was more concerned about like the raccoons and possums crossing the road, dude.
No,
They
you were
just-
more worried about the kittens.
Yeah, that's true.
Matt legit slams on the brake because like a cat and her kittens cross
Just
right in
crossing the
front
road.
of
I
us.
was
Matt
like, I ain't doing that.
locks it up. I'm in a dead sleep. Like, yep, we're dead.
You're lucky
Here we
didn't
go.
stop. You are lucky we didn't stop. I would have put those right in the back of that Ford Focus.
I'm bringing these home.
You're coming
So I
back with
guess for a
us.
little backstory, we went to Charlotte for the 600 when Truex won,
Oh,
and it was when the hurricane went up. And on the way when we were heading back, we got the news on the radio that I-95 had got washed out. So the GPS put us on these back roads all the way through North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. And finally, I think about an hour north of the Florida line, we finally got back on the interstate.
Yeah.
But we drove back roads all the way through the woods. Hundreds, maybe thousands of deer that you were just waiting to jump
like
out in front
highway-
of you.
Yeah,
I-10
I've heard,
and
I've
all
heard
that
this
kind of
story
nonsense.
before.
It was
but
the roughest.
It was horrible.
It was
the
horrible.
worst
heard-
roads.
Wasn't it like a 14-hour drive for you guys or something
Yeah.
absurd?
Dang.
Because-
After sitting and watching the Coke
To
600.
Charlotte?
Oh.
Hey.
I'll tell you,
Wait,
you got to be a trooper
but-
to drive back.
So,
Yeah.
so you guys, 95 was flooded all the way up there.
It was washed out a lot.
There was a tropical storm that came and just.
Well, it was
I-
a
I've heard this-
hurricane through the East Coast and then by the time it finally hit like South Carolina, it had washed 95 out.
That's wild.
A
'Cause,
whole
like,
bunch of it. They
I've
closed
heard you
it all
guys
down.
tell this story before, but I didn't think it was flooded out that
It was
far
at
up,
least
you know?
14-hour drive, which was only like a 10-hour on the way up. It took forever to get home.
Oof.
We got home and it was daylight.
Y'all
Yeah,
were up for
it was
20
rough.
y'all were up for over 24 hours.
Yep.
Yep.
To go to a NASCAR race.
Well, I tried to sleep, and then Matt, like I said, slammed on the brakes to save some kittens, and I could not go back to sleep after
Your
that.
sleep's not that important.
It was
Yeah,
over.
no. So, what do you guys think of the fact that there was no Xfinity this weekend?
It's okay. I always love the truck race at Talladega. It's always a banger.
We need all three.
I know.
I think we need all three,
No.
man.
We
Yep.
still haven't fixed the stuff from Daytona.
I'm sorry.
We need all three.
I
That's a
always
fair
get,
point.
This matters. I always get this confused. Is this race the crown jewel one, or it's the?
I don't know if
Other one.
Talladega is a
I
crown.
Well,
never thought
I
of it
don't
as
know.
one.
It has been considered, but I think it's what? It's a Bristol night race, Daytona 500, Indy 500, and
The
Coke
Coke
600.
600.
Okay.
Darlington
So-
Southern 500.
Questionable.
Okay.
To me, those are the four.
But this race
That's
is the
the- Oh,
more
and the
out of-
Brickyard.
between the two.
No, so that-
Sometimes.
Brickyard, Coke 600,
Yep.
Daytona, Bristol night race.
Yep.
But I think the Bristol night race is the one that's like, is it a crown jewel? But I mean, I think it is. I mean, it's such
Yeah.
a
I don't think so.
iconic race.
Well, I guess the reason why I
What
asked,
other race besides Daytona 500 has drawn
Southern.
100,000 people
Darlington.
in the?
Darlington.
Hold on, has drawn 100,000 plus in the grandstands.
Oh, I don't know. Who? Okay. how
Only
many-
Daytona.
Well, okay. Well, you can't judge a crown jewel just on their seating. That's not fair.
Attendance. It has double almost the second best attendance.
Yeah, but you still can't judge. Like, it could be a sellout race, but just because it can't reach 100,000, that's not fair.
Okay.
That's
my
I
point.
just
My point.
I mean,
that
that would be the argument I use. Like 100,000 people come to this race. To me, that gives me like that's a fair benchmark to be considered.
I don't see. My problem is with Darlington. I don't know how many can sit in the grand.
It's like 60.
Okay, so if they get it up
60,
to say
70 maybe?
110, do you think it would sell out?
No, it doesn't sell out at 70. Well, I mean, it does, but not. They say it sells
Same.
out, but they don't sell the backstretch grandstand. So to me, it doesn't.
Does
really
Bristol
sell out.
ever sell out?
It's been a long time,
Been a long time.
but it has 170,000 seats.
Yeah, that's wild.
It needs to sell out.
My
Take away the seats.
my point in bringing
What would you
this
pay,
up,
Pocono? All
though-
45,000.
It'd be amazing.
My point in bringing this up is like if this is supposed to be like between the two Talladega dates, the marquee Talladega date between the two.
Oh,
I
it'd
think you
definitely
should-
be this race.
I think
Yeah.
you should have.
100%.
I think this should be the
But
one.
I
where
don't
you
think
have all
Talladega is
three.
even in the running. As much as I love Talladega.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying like if you're gonna have all three series race on one weekend, this would be the one between the two to
both
do it.
Daytonas
you know.
for sure.
All the super speed.
Well, I'm talking about
Time to figure it
between
out.
the
Again,
two
bro, we
Talladega
haven't
dates.
fixed anything from Daytona yet.
they could
Yeah.
though.
Just between the two Talladega dates, this would be the one
That
I'd
junk
want all
is sitting
three. So,
in the other shop, just waiting for February.
Sitting there.
but,
Basically.
Don't even
but
look
truck
at it.
race is pretty decent. I
Yeah,
guess.
Mark was asking us about in the chat. He's asking us what we thought of the fight.
There wasn't much of a fight. Crafton
No.
left his mark. I feel, man, I'm just glad after Daytona I didn't look like Sanchez.
Yeah, you almost got your butt whooped too.
So I made a funny joke. I thought it was a satirical comment to Matt Crafton. He drove. There was some kind of medical emergency, and he drove on the sidewalk in his golf cart around. And I just made some joke. It's like 2:00 in the morning, and I'm like, "Hey, man, this is for pedestrians only." And he just kind of looked at me. I was like, "Oh, hey, it's Matt Crafton," and he flipped me off. I'm like, "Bro, it was a joke." Like,
This is the most Matt Crafton
I'm just
thing
glad I
I've ever
just didn't get my butt whooped, and my nose
Listen.
broken like Sanchez.
I can tell you right now that I don't like Matt Crafton for one reason. That man never likes me in NASCAR heat. Ever.
Okay, that's
He's always had it.
random.
No, I told you.
No, I like.
I told you it was random.
DJ's
I,
got a point.
I love Crafton. He's like that old grizzled veteran dude. You can't mess around.
I really like listening to the radio, the truck race at Daytona.
Yeah,
I'm at
Crafton
on
and
the
his
radio.
crew chief is probably the listen to at trucks at Daytona.
Oh yeah, that's
It's
what I'm saying.
probably anywhere, but that is probably the go-to spot for me because that junk is hilarious.
And if you know what I'm talking about, just imagine Kurt Busch, but for trucks. Like
Literally.
like OG Kurt Busch, but for trucks. That's Matt Crafton. Like, it's pretty wild.
Yo, but for
Yeah.
real, he did flip me off this year.
You deserve it, man. You yelled at him.
You
He's
did.
just trying to drive.
It was a joke, bro. At 2:00 in the morning. What
was
are you
there.
doing
It
at 2
didn't
o'clock
seem
in the
like a
morning,
joke.
bro?
He's driving to the party.
Apparently it was a
Probably
medical
going to
emergency.
the wheelbarrow race.
Probably going to the wheelbarrow race.
Probably going to the wheelbarrow race.
Probably going to find Sanchez.
Maybe. What about Zane Smith? He kind of had a little bit of a meltdown.
His
The team, right?
The whole
What
team.
eventually took him out? What,
He
what was
spun
it? Was it
in.
clutch, transmission? What was it?
I want to say it was the transmission because
That
they had
crew
to,
guy,
they had
bro.
to change everything on that car. And I don't think he ever went back out on the track.
We
That
saw
was
it
wild.
yesterday. Them crew guys, they're just different, bro.
Dude,
How
he-
do you get hit
And got
by
back
a
right
car.
about.
and like, yeah, I'm ready for the next pit stop. Let's go.
I like how
Nah,
he said-
bro, you're not right. There's something wrong with you.
He's like, I thought I
literally.
was gonna make it, and it's like, no, bro, you weren't gonna make it.
It was not happening.
He was like, I thought I could clear it and jump over it. Like, nah.
yeah, no,
No, he
that
had
was.
that, and then he had to sit in his car for like it felt like an hour, just sit there.
You're already on, so like
You're already on the camera.
I can
just
see
sit there.
just the edge of the door.
They jumped on the camera. And we're like, all right, Zane, so how you doing? And he's just clearly sitting there on his phone, playing on his phone, and he just looks up, looks at the camera, and puts his phone down. And he's like, yeah, we're trying to fix it. It's a little warm in here, but we're doing the best we can.
Bro,
I'm
I
like,
thought that was
all right,
rude
have a
as
great
hell.
day. And he's like, all right. And he grabs his phone
They
again.
literally work on that car for what, 30, 40 minutes and just leave him roasting?
Yeah.
Like, what?
That was wild. Yeah,
But
so
they caught him. It was funny.
We have a live audience today.
yep.
The
up?
regular commentator Goose is here.
So another thing, there was Matt. You had made a note here about the inconsistent bump drafting rule.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh,
so this was
bro.
a little wild.
Yeah, I explain to me where you're going.
Just
with
get rid of it.
So the Truck Series has a rule. You cannot lock bumpers and push.
Xfinity also has this rule.
Xfinity as well.
that one.
Okay.
Is it,
well,
is
on-
it safety and experienced drivers? Is that the
That-
thought?
That's
don't know who
basically
makes
what
it,
it is. That's
I guess.
basically what it is.
I mean, but
Never mind that. Like,
it's very clear you can
Bunch of Cup
push,
drivers drive.
but you have to get off. Push and then get off. You cannot be on the
okay,
rear bumper.
yeah.
the
So
whole
then,
time.
what's the 4 seconds? 3 seconds?
I don't know what the
It's
rule
a
is.
ball and strike call.
Yeah, but
It's just like
So
it's
it's
just
impossible-
like, it's just like a
Start.
ball sport. It's a ball and strike. It's
So
like
it's
pass
impossible
interference. It's a
to
ball
be-
and, it's how do you? It's a judgment call.
Yeah.
There's
so
no
you-
definitive. Okay, 2.01 seconds. You broke. There's no set time. There's no nothing.
it would be a nightmare trying to enforce
When
that
was
anyway.
the last one they called? A couple of years ago.
yeah, and they bring it up all the time, saying, "Oh, they can't do this, they can't do that, they can't push, they can't lock bumpers." Okay, well, it was clear as day for the last like 3 laps of that race.
It was an overtime finish.
Chandler Smith
Wasn't it Chandler? I forget whoever it was that started in the outside row and second
was
place
pushing
was literally
Brett
for
Moffitt
3/4 of a lap did not break contact with the bumper.
at all, and it's like
And they didn't
I don't
call it.
care,
No,
but why is it
they
a
never
rule?
call it on green white checker. They never call it.
Why is it a rule? That's
Why
the
is-
whole thing.
Say no locking bumpers into the green white checker. That's fine. I'm good with that. That's a clear rule.
I mean, yeah,
That
but
way you get a whole race to practice, get used to it, get used to pushes, green white checker, all cards on the table.
It was so
all
bad.
chips on the table. Go for it.
It was so bad that even the commentators are like, "Yeah, that's clear as day. We don't know how they're not going to call that one."
And they don't call it.
when
They
the
didn't call
when the
it.
commentators are
I'm
calling you
telling
out, that's
they
bad.
have never called it on a green white checker. Never.
That's crazy.
I mean, how many times have we been at Daytona? We're like literally watching, like, yep, that should be called. He's been literally glued to
I'm
his
like,
bumper
okay.
since the start finish line. They're coming back around.
And I'm like, okay, it's Chandler
wild.
Smith. I'm like, this guy, he doesn't
He
even
doesn't
race in
care.
the series. Why does he care?
He doesn't.
Black flag me. It's the last lap.
But
I
who
don't
was
care.
in the lead?
Brett Moffitt.
No, it was somebody else. The guy he was pushing was a playoff contender. It would be.
Oh, I couldn't remember. I thought it was Brett Moffitt.
I
'cause
forget
he
who
won
it
the
was,
race.
but it was going to be a massive. Like, if they call a penalty, they call it on the pusher and the pushee, for whatever lack of a better term.
How would it be their fault?
Exactly.
It's a stupid rule.
That's what I'm trying to bring
Yeah,
up.
that's the
That's
point.
why I wanted to put it on
that's
there.
why,
Yeah.
but
I'm
that's
this
why
is
they
dumb.
can't call it. It's not his fault,
No, it wouldn't be.
so they can't call it.
Oh, you
Yeah,
have
they
to
need
go
to fix that.
faster.
But here's a catch-22, because if it's a let's say it's a Joey Logano and a Ryan Blaney, which I'm just theoretical.
Yeah.
What's Joey Logano care if he gets a black flag as long as he pushes Ryan Blaney to the win?
Yeah.
Obviously, this isn't a Cup Series issue, but I'm just saying, if you
In
have a
that- in that
teammate that's
example.
not in the playoffs and a teammate that is, you don't care if you get black flag.
Or-
take the hit for the team.
Or a situation where maybe you're pushing somebody that is your teammate needs to go down.
Hey, the truck racing is better with pushing anyways.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys. That sounds like
It's
a dumb
just a
rule.
silly
It's a
rule.
stupid rule.
I'm
Just
like-
get rid of it.
and
If
it
you're
was
not
clear
gonna
as
force
day.
it, just freaking get rid of it.
You good?
Yeah, bro. It's just comical.
It
Like
had to
this
be
is the
said.
thing that like people like just get so mad at NASCAR. Like
The consistency is the problem.
just make it make it a rule. Like I
I'm
said.
fine with how the race played out. Don't get me wrong. I was fine
yeah,
with it.
Yeah.
But the fact that they like
I just want to know what the
bring it
rules
up
are.
is just like, this is,
yeah.
Did
It's
we
like for
need
the
a-
longest time, like the way they used to call the double line rule was like you never knew how it was gonna go.
no.
There was a couple times Dale Jr. clearly violated the yellow line. Hey, no penalty.
It's because it was Junior.
I just think it depends on who you have in the booth calling the races because it changes. You
DJ,
know?
we need a.
There's a different series director.
What?
There's a different race director for every series. So Cup has a different race director than the Xfinity and the truck. So it really just depends on who you have.
Yeah.
We need a Jake rant counter graphic. on
Like
the
a
screen.
number.
Throughout the year,
Just
Like a
tally
countdown.
mark.
All right, here we go. Start.
The entire thing.
There has been a
Whatever,
couple times. All right,
At least
so
twice an episode.
moving on to another thing about the truck race that we got is commercials during caution.
Bro, it's so egregious.
During caution?
yeah.
that's
during
what it
the
said.
truck race.
During
You don't
caution?
remember? Bro, when-
Oh, during like commercial and then there's a caution.
yes.
Yeah.
Like very blatantly, 2 laps, 3 laps in,
I don't know.
or commercial, and then you come back, and there was a caution. 4 cars spun out, 2 of them hit the wall, one
Can I get
almost
on
flipped.
another soapbox?
Is this
Oh,
on?
we
Hold on, we gotta
watched-
start.
we
I gotta
skip into
start the timer now.
We skip into this now.
We watched Fox Sports again this weekend for the truck race.
Oh, wah,
What
wah.
app crashes twice? Fox Sports.
Fox Sports.
Yep.
So
It's so
trash,
bad.
bro.
Oh, that's not
what
the soapbox I
hell?
thought he was going to get on.
Maybe thought even when they had some extra time, maybe they'll get their servers stable or
Dude,
something.
it's so bad. Like you don't even have any sports on Saturday night. Why? Like you have baseball from some no-name team. Like who cares?
Have we
Bruh.
checked to see if it's just NASCAR and Fox?
No,
Like,
I don't think so. I don't. No, because I've watched other sports and they crash.
That's what okay. So it's
No,
it's
Fox
an app.
Sports is just junk.
Okay.
I found out also ESPN is also equally junk.
Yeah,
that
it's not
that
Yeah.
app is terrible.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah.
ESPN
I
Plus?
Oh
Like
yeah,
ESPN?
bro. Try to stream that to your TV. See what happens.
Okay,
I
so
have
hey,
ESPN
there's a
Plus. I
loophole.
think it works pretty good. At least on my
I
phone.
I use Hulu because that's ESPN Plus.
Hulu works
That's
great.
fine. That's
That's
no problem.
true.
But
But
if
the
you
actual
actually have
app-
to use ESPN, yeah, that's not fun.
See, I don't know. I mean, like, I've never streamed it to a TV, but just like following college games
On the
my
phone
and
is
stuff
fine.
like that.
It's just when
I
you
was
try
gonna
to
say.
get it on a different device.
Oh,
always
okay.
I always do
Because
it
I
for
was gonna
Monday
say
Night
on my
Football.
phone is
It's-
when I
it's
usually
rough.
use it, so
Yeah.
it works pretty good. But like,
I don't know. They gotta figure that out. NBC, we've had almost zero problems.
except they like to. We'll get into that.
Well, we
but
had
they like
one
to
problem,
cut
but
the-
I hit the
commercial.
I had the Amazon Prime button.
yeah. Whoops.
Couldn't do my
Um,
shopping.
Was there anything else you guys wanted to add about the truck race?
No, I mean that
No.
was pretty much it.
It was a
a
great
good
race.
race. Yeah,
I thought it was great.
I thought it was
I-
really good. Brett Moffitt, he had a fantastic run, and I think he might be someone eligible for moving up in the series. So who knows? That was a good win for him.
I think what was super interesting this weekend, and we'll talk about the Cup race, but there was no single file racing the entire weekend.
No, it was quick.
Like hats off, man.
The truck race was like the perfect amount of laps. You know, it was just enough to where it's
Really?
like they didn't want to string
You
out.
prefer more laps in the Cup race, or you prefer the distance like the truck race?
I thought for the truck race it was perfect. I thought for the cup
Okay,
race
I
it
got
was
you.
perfect.
Yeah, okay.
But
Cool.
for the trucks, that's
I'm
what
agreed.
it needed. It needed quick runs like that because it's like if you go too far.
No, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's like a bunch. It's like 2 little heats and then like a decent lap, 40 lap sprint.
Mm-hmm.
I like how Jake's like, there wasn't much single file racing. I'm like, well, like pretty much 36 of the 40 cars started in one line on a restart.
there
one
was that.
time.
That was so weird.
That
Did you
was
hear
so
the
weird.
explanation
Yeah.
on that?
Nope.
Which I mean, we'll go into the Cup race, but the explanation was the rule states you have to go to the tail of the longest line, and so many people had penalty for pinning after pits were closed to top off on fuel. They all went. It was a 1-car advantage on the longer line, so they all had to go to the longer line.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Like, bro,
I
what?
was wondering what
There's
that
like
was
30
about.
cars in one line. And
It
then
was
just
so weird.
The rest.
I'm
Yeah.
like, is it 1998 again? Like, what happened?
Just do what we
Lap
want.
cars started the inside, single file restart. It was weird.
Yeah, it was funny. No, but they were starting on the outside. That was
You
the,
see,
that was the
once
thing.
everybody got but that's how it used to be. You used
Yeah,
to
yeah.
start
Oh,
single
yeah, yeah,
file
yeah,
up
yeah.
high,
Mhm.
and then all the lap cars started on the inside.
Yeah.
right back in the day. But you
Yeah,
see,
'cause
like
that doesn't
as
sound
soon
like
as
a
they
wreck
crossed
waiting
the
to
line,
happen.
it was like everybody went scattered trying to get position. It was so funny.
That was a little
That was
wild.
wild.
So, okay, hold on. Not to kind of derail us, just from somebody that wasn't around back then. How in the world did anyone at NASCAR think, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's put the slow cars up in the front so that way we can cause more wrecks.
You wanted to give them a chance to get their lap back.
That was
They already are down. I don't think they're making it back.
Well,
Oh,
Well, I
often
don't know.
did it
Denny
work?
Hamlin did today.
Wait.
Yeah.
You know, Bill Elliott once came from a 5-lap deficit at Talladega.
Are you serious?
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, he was going 212.
Jeez.
So
Makes
no, when he
sense.
set the record for that speed, I think it was that year or the year before. Yeah, he had some kind of issue. They swapped it out, fixed it. He was 5 laps down,
Jeez.
got his 5 laps back, and won the race.
That's wild.
That's
baller.
disgusting.
That's pretty bad.
I prefer this Talladega.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Cup race. What did you guys think of it overall? I think we're all pretty much on the same page that we
I
had a
think-
good time.
I think from start to finish, this was the perfect super speedway, or close to it, if not perfect. But I would argue
disagree.
that it's perfect. It was pretty good. It had the big one, at least at the end. You know, it was, movement the whole time. It was exciting. I don't know. I thought it was good.
For Matt, the Brad winless streak continues.
Yeah, it was a rough one.
This is-
Say.
Honestly,
is trash.
He,
I hate everything about it.
He
No,
had
it was
a
great
car to
race.
do it.
It was just a
I
horrible
mean,
outcome.
he caused the wreck, so
You know what? That's just so rude.
Hold on. Who do you blame?
It's
Brad
true.
or Hocevar?
Hocevar.
no.
Can't take the hit, man.
Oh,
Can't take the heat
I didn't- I
out of
didn't-
the kitchen.
All right,
really,
Austin.
really.
Really?
Is that why he never won the 500 all those years? Because he couldn't take the Logano hit.
Really? Yeah,
Makes
it was
sense.
a little different back then,
Dang, Jake's
was a different era of car.
Jake's cutting deep with this, some of this
It was
stuff.
a different
man.
era of car, man. I don't know. Plus, it's Logano. He's already working off of 72 brain cells. I don't know.
Jeez. 72.
Dang, man.
It's so low. He started losing hair. He had to find new brain cells to get new hair.
What the?
Hey, man.
Wow. All right.
Hey, you know what?
Here
It
for
kind of makes sense.
Oh my gosh.
What are you talking about like that?
I know Megan is already saying moms for Blaney in the chat.
I think, realistically, I agree. I don't know what else. You had a big wreck at the end, an exciting finish. 3 wide, a lot of the race,
Sometimes
2
4
wide,
wide.
the entire race, 4 wide.
4
We-
wide for multiple laps.
We saw the first 4 wide racing, which we haven't seen at Talladega since. The last 4 wide I
Gen
can
6.
really remember was when Tony Stewart wrecked and flipped over the field coming to the checkered flag. And I think Matt Kenseth won that race. That was
Years ago.
2011, I think, 12. Back in that era. So this is the first time we've seen real 4 wide racing, and you can see the handling was non-existent
Yeah.
in the 4 wide. It was pretty exciting. Honestly, this race gave me everything I want. The pit strategy, DJ made the comment of all these cars pit and they all come out besides, if you got a penalty, you missed it. But
Yeah.
the entire field all pitted in 3 separate sequences
Yep.
and all regained into an entire pack.
And didn't lose hardly any
Minus
time.
the people that got a penalty.
Yeah, and maybe there was obviously some shuffling of people in
For
position.
sure. But,
the
how
fact
do you
that-
all pit and all come out as a pack?
I was saying, what I was saying
So
was if you
crazy.
think about it, yes, I know that they were taking fuel only, so that obviously does make it a little bit quote unquote easier because you have less people to rely on. But think of how many people had to hit all their marks perfectly for that to happen.
Yeah.
And it happened multiple times. You had all the drivers, all the gas guys, all the guys out there pulling the tear offs. Everything had to line up for all these groups to line up and still
It's
be
crazy.
right back to each other.
It's crazy. So, the little bit of racing I do on iRacing and super speedway
That
racing.
doesn't
this
happen on
week-
iRacing.
No, it just doesn't.
No.
If you get into a lobby, like a private lobby with all really good ranked guys, you will see about half the field pull this off. But for the entire field to pull it off, it's just crazy. It's perfection. It's
Yeah.
almost the entire field operating perfectly.
I think it really goes to showing that the the parity between the cars is. Look at people like Riley Hurst, was up there. Leading for a while. How often can we say something like that? at a
Dude,
track
Riley
like this?
Hurst is really impressing.
He's
4th Cup race, led laps, and got recognition by Blaney and Harvick.
yeah. I
Hey,
mean,
Brad
it-
recognized him too.
Did he?
yeah, right as he sent him off.
Yeah. They didn't wreck him.
Hey there,
No.
bye. He pulled.
No,
he
he wrecked
pulled-
Hocevar. My bad.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I
Everyone's
think, I just thought it was a really good race. I really did.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I thought.
You know what I don't understand?
No, I don't.
How come, like, it seems like at Daytona and Talladega this year, we have seen if you pit first, you come out
You
first.
win.
Right?
The
The
only-
way this, because you see you see either the Chevys, Toyotas, or Fords, and they all go. And there's a couple, interlopers that are,
The
just
only-
depends on when they break free and go with them.
Yeah.
But how come, if going first is an advantage, why are you as a manufacturer not making sure you're going first?
Yeah,
So
why
what
are you
I-
waiting?
what
'Cause
I'm
we
wondering-
saw Chevy go first, dominate the first stage pit sequence. Second
Yes.
stage pit sequence, they did not go. They went last.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm wondering.
Why?
I'm wondering if it has to do with if they figure, hey, if we pit first, we're gonna have a longer stop on the next stop. I wonder. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if they're timing their stops so they know the last stop is the one that's the shortest.
So I
I
agree
don't
with
know.
you.
I don't-
But here's where we're gonna break it down nitty gritty, right? So the first stage, let's say the second stage, right? Because the first stage is different, but the second stage where you're trying to set up for the third, you pit in the middle.
Yep.
You want track position.
Yeah.
Because if you are a second slower under yellow going in the third stage caution is better than pitting us and losing a second under green in the middle of stage 2.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, why would you not make sure you have that track position guaranteed? And if you lose a couple spots during those yellow flag pit stops during stage 3, setting up for stage 3.
Unless they're just
into
expecting-
stage 2, setting up for 3.
Are they expecting late cautions then? Maybe trying to plan for that.
I don't know. I don't think you're even thinking that far ahead. I mean, maybe you are.
I don't know.
I just don't understand how you don't, like we see at the road courses. You pit 2 laps, 3 laps before the end of a road course stage to gain the track position. Why would you not do the same with super speedways? I don't get it.
I mean, kind of makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. They clearly were thinking about something. Mark brought up the gas can being on fire on pit road.
That was
that
exciting.
was
exciting.
crazy.
It's been a while since we've seen something like that.
Jake brought up a good point. Like that guy was getting that close to it was pretty ballsy, man. I'd be freaking out.
That's what I was saying.
I was like,
I was
thing's
like,
gonna
oh yeah,
blow
let
up, man.
me just put my fire extinguisher on. I was like, bro, you're like leaning over it, dude. What the hell?
Nah,
No,
man.
Gotta smell that
You know what
good
my
gas.
favorite
just gonna
my
say-
favorite thing though about that was literally like they showed one shot of pit road and there's a guy, I forgot what he was doing, blowing off his pit stall, literally looks down, sees the fire and just turns and is just like, well, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Just kept doing
Not my
his job. I'm
Yeah,
just like,
not my
yeah,
job.
that's not
Yeah,
my
that
can.
sucks.
Yeah,
I'm
not
just
my
gonna
can.
say
Not my penalty.
Ricky Stenhouse is a menace, and he
He's
got
a-
what he deserved.
He's a monster.
Dude, are you sure that wasn't Jamie McMurray in that car?
that does.
It was giving
yeah.
me flashbacks of Jamie
yeah,
McMurray in that
man.
one car.
Oh yeah, man. But oh man,
Dude
he
was running like freaking stage 1, like it was the last lap of the 500.
It's
throwing
like
some
man,
haymakers.
it's like we're 30 laps into this race, man. Come
He's
on.
like, there's
calm
no
down.
way I can wreck if I stay out front. Well, you ran out of gas, buddy.
No, but then late in the race though, we saw him keep just getting shoved out.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
no
no,
one's gonna be
like
here for
hey
it now.
man, you get out of here. We
bro,
ain't
how
dealing
did
with
he
you,
run
bro.
out of gas?
I don't know. I mean, the thing
That's
is,
crazy.
ran out of gas,
Oh,
flipped
I-
the switch.
I have
it
something about
stuttered,
this.
That's what they
and
said.
I have something about this.
He did not flip the switch.
When they were talking-
on the replay, he did not
he
flip
never
the switch.
did it. He never did.
I look, that's just what he said on the
Unless
radio.
he flipped it before that.
He's got a foot switch. It's down on his feet.
Okay.
So here's the funny
Unless
thing.
he flipped it before that camera shot,
Yeah.
maybe like coming out of turn 2, because the camera shot kind of picked him up about a third of the way down the
maybe,
backstretch.
maybe.
But I
I
they
don't
didn't-
know if you all remember this, but they were talking about something about lines checking up and saving fuel, kind of like midway, maybe late in stage 1 kind of a thing. And Dale Jr. was saying, yeah, Ricky Stenhouse, he's just going full throttle the whole time. And I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe that's probably why.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably why he ran out of gas. It's
No,
like,
fact.
Dude, it can't, I'm not
Fact.
going to lie, though. It did,
mean-
with the Wonder Bread car out there, it was messing me every time they said Ricky. Because I was like, wait,
Who are we
which,
talking about?
which Ricky
Which
are we
Ricky?
talking?
No, but I mean, how many
Bobby
times
or Stenhouse?
have we gone to Daytona or Talladega and listened to Brian, or not Brian, Kyle Busch's radio, and they set him up for literally exactly enough fuel if he saves, and he runs. Kyle Busch is like, I'm not riding. I'm going to the front.
Right.
I'm not going to ride, and they get a fight on the radio.
Almost every race
Yeah.
at this point.
You know, he's like, what's the point of coming here if we're just going to ride in the back and save fuel?
I
You
mean,
know, Kyle Busch wants to lead every lap. Respect. I can respect that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
He's a crybaby, but at least he wants to lead every lap.
No,
I think he was just.
I think
so
Austin Dillon was a
utterly
little more of a
confused.
crybaby this week.
Do you?
Austin Dillon?
Yeah.
I didn't see his interview.
Oh,
I
he
saw
was
him.
he was talking
What'd
crap
he say?
about
TG and I were
Hocevar.
listening to it.
Hocevar. So he's like, they asked him like, Brad said he took responsibility for it, and he's like, I don't know if it was the 6 or not. He's like the 42. He's like, the reason I moved where I was because the 42 couldn't stay stable even by himself, let alone when he was being pushed or something like that. I'm just like,
I'm
like, dang,
that.
man.
Austin Dillon. I'm like, are you listening to Denny Hamlin? Because it seems like every time I see you in an interview, it's never your fault.
think
Which,
they're pretty good
granted,
friends.
this one I don't think was his fault, but still,
I mean, he got right hooked into the fence. I
Yeah.
don't think it's his fault.
no, but
Dude,
it
that
is kind of
was literally like flashbacks of Earnhardt back in the day. 3-car right hooked in the tri-oval. I have to show y'all some replays.
I didn't think about
that
it being the
junk
3-car,
looks
yeah.
identical.
Oof.
I was like, dang, man, what the heck?
I think Ty Gibbs had a harder hit though.
I mean, they broke the wall.
Yeah, or something broke.
If you break the wall, that's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, no, I mean you got 2 cars going in there too, like
Yeah.
2 right next to
They
each other.
almost hit like at the exact same time. Too.
Yeah,
That
Yeah, it
was
was wild.
It was pretty gnarly.
I mean, it's like we were watching the replay before they had actually like kind of show, or I guess the aftermath carnage. We're like, man, there's a lot of cars with like the front end completely destroyed, and then they show the replay. You're like, oh yeah.
yeah.
Makes sense.
I wonder why. So all right, so that moves us on from the Cup race. So let's move on and kind of talk about our silly season update. There's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of updates.
Wait,
There's
when are we doing the playoff review?
that's a good point. We haven't.
Yeah,
we didn't have that in
normally
there.
we do that next.
We haven't actually put it in there. So let's see.
Playoff grid. Right
No,
there.
I think
Standing?
that's like a challenge thing.
Oh.
All right, so here's our updated playoff positioning.
Ryan Blaney wins
All right, so we got William Byron in first.
for all the mommies out
Mommies.
Yep, mom's for Blaney.
there. Mommy stomp.
Oh my, stop! No,
Are we doing this again?
Jake, stop! Like,
This is for all the dummy mommies out there.
oh my gosh, that's enough. All right, so yeah, we're gonna have a new cookie or delivery.
It's about time.
Hold on,
Hey,
cookie coming in.
another one.
Oh, Jeff's
I like
breaking
this
the
cookie segment sponsored by Publix.
mic. Right? Yeah, Publix, you want to sponsor our cookies? Our cookie from
on the ground.
All right. So William Byron in first. He is locked in. He's in a really good
Almost
position.
won
with-
today.
Yeah. Number 2, Ryan Blaney. He is also locked in with the win to the next round. So that means coming up into third, we have Denny Hamlin.
50 plus. He's basically a lock.
Yeah. I mean, unless
Pretty
he has a
close.
total meltdown. Or
It would
and-
have to be a crazy situation of finishing last and
Yeah.
other people like winning the race for him to knock out.
Yeah. So he's pretty much. I mean, he's pretty much
Man,
safe.
look at that gap from third to fourth.
Yeah,
Holy
I was just
crap.
looking at that. The gap from third to fourth. So Denny Hamlin's 50 above. Number 4, Christopher Bell, he's 22 above. So
Good day for
Denny
Bell,
has
man.
got a solid almost
Honestly,
30 points.
To be 22 above after his car looking like a freaking mushroom in the front. Bro, good day. All that damage and everything.
Yep. Moving on to Christopher Buescher. He is 19 points above in fifth
Man,
place.
I thought he was going to run away with another win.
He
It was
looked
close.
like it.
And then he just got shafted to the back.
Bro,
Yeah.
No bueno.
He just got stuck in a
he's
spot
a
where he couldn't
decent
move
road
forward.
course racing guy. Like 19 above. That's, I mean, he's pretty.
He should be
like,
pretty
I don't
much
want to say
locked
it's
in.
like solid because you never know what's going to happen, but
Yeah.
he's setting himself up.
Moving down to number 6, Martin Truex. Still 17 points. Now,
Dang, man.
man, remember what we said last week where we're talking about, or was it last week or a couple weeks ago, where should the winner of the championship or the regular season championship get a bye? He is still surviving off of that man's points of the regular
I
season.
don't
yeah.
think that man need a buy
No,
at this point.
but that's my
bro,
point.
Bro, gotta buy it. What'd you say? What'd you say?
Yeah,
gotta have that grit.
Gotta have that
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure he was going to win the Roval a few times, if not twice. There was like
Yeah.
one- I
Did
don't-
he get
I
wrecked
know
by
what you're talking
Johnson?
about.
yeah, until Johnson.
yeah. Well, thankfully he doesn't have.
Johnson.
He
Johnson's
doesn't,
like, I think I can run through this corner wide open. Through the
There's no
chicane.
chicane here.
moving on to number 7, Kyle Larson is only 15 points above the cutoff.
He's out. He ain't gonna
Well,
make
he
it.
did win it. Excuse me. He won at Watkins Glen. So I mean, like he's
He
not.
finished decent today too, right?
Yeah.
This is one
well,
of his
he,
better
I don't know.
super
He
speedway
was
runs, man.
He was going through sideways, so I don't know.
I mean, hey, at least he finished.
Yeah.
It was better
A lot
than
of
we
people
showed
are-
at that time. And of course, Jeff is obviously our big Kyle Larson fan, and we show up and Kyle Larson blows up on lap 2 because they forgot to take freaking
This is
tape
the
off
best
the grill.
race.
God
Oh
dang it.
yeah, we
Kyle
forgot to take
Larson.
the tape off the radiator. Sorry.
Kyle
Literally
Larson,
blows up on lap 2.
he blows
It's
up
like,
and
I
Brad
drove-
wins.
I
Yeah,
drove
we're
it.
like, bruh. I came all the way to Alabama to watch him blow up on lap 2.
That was the race. Kyle Larson
7
blew
hours.
up. Logano flipped and Brad won. It was a perfect race.
Can you imagine if you were a Jimmy? Well, I know you're a Jimmy.
I
fan.
was a Jimmy fan, yeah.
Can you imagine going? If
still
you
a
went to Coda when he ran, what was it this year, and he wrecked before he got to the start finish line?
No, imagine being a Jimmy fan and then paying to go to Chicago just to find out he canceled running the race.
Oh god.
Oh, that was yeah.
Dang,
Big
bro.
sad.
That
I
would
mean,
be
he had
real.
a fair reason.
I mean,
Yeah, fair
yes,
reason.
chill.
but
still big sad.
It would still be upsetting.
yeah. So moving down the list, right on the bubble, number 8, Brad Keselowski
It's fine.
+2.
It's good. That's all you
Hey,
need.
RFK looking.
They're still
Bro,
looking
You
good,
can
but
survive.
I can I've been a fan for a long enough time to remember when Roush was so dominant, and Roush was the reason why they implemented the 4-car team rule because they all of a sudden had 5 cars and they all made the playoffs, and it was like,
Would they win like
hey,
30
hey,
races
hey.
or something like that, or
Huh?
close to
we
it?
counted it, but I don't remember.
I don't remember what we said, but it was
like half.
2/3 of the season.
It was like almost half the races of the entire season.
But to see them go from that to where they were and coming back, it's clearly Brad, right? So,
Yeah,
I mean,
The Keselowski
Them-
effect.
and 2311, the gains, and I guess Trackhouse too. I put Trackhouse in there. But those 3 teams, the gains they've made in the last couple of years,
has been incredible.
yeah, facts.
nice.
Yeah. So moving on to on the bubble, we have Tyler Reddick. He's -2, so he's right there. Tyler Reddick's won at road courses before.
Little surprised with that one, to be honest.
I am
thought
too.
he
I'm
would.
not. I
Consi-
think I predicted him out.
But considering how fast he's been, though,
Not enough mile and a halves, bro. He's not a great super speedway guy. I mean, he can be good on road courses. He's won, but it's very particular.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he-
true.
You know,
He could-
like he's good on like the true road courses, the chaos road courses, like a Roval.
Maybe, maybe not. Yeah. Moving on to number 10, our boy Ross Chastain, -9.
Big sad.
That was
Boo.
that really this day really
We
messed
really
up
need a shortcut on the Roval.
I was gonna say I thought you were gonna say on the super speedway. I was like, what's that gonna
No,
look
no,
like?
no. The
Brad,
pit road?
Brad and
Yeah,
Ross,
pit road.
Brad and
Listen,
Ross probably.
Actually, I
did
tried
me
that in
in.
iRacing. It doesn't work.
Brad and Ross probably did me in fantasy wise.
I think
for sure.
Chastain could just do the oval. He could just do the oval.
Just
Everyone
do the
else
oval
does
the whole
roval.
time.
He'll just do
Just
the
do the
oval. He'll
oval.
beat everyone.
I don't need no chicane.
This would be perfect.
Just take the access roads and just
Yeah.
find wherever those are on
Ross
the oval.
Chastain's
I mean-
gonna have some kind of Joker lap or something that he comes up with.
In all seriousness, Ross and Tyler Reddick have they're pretty decent at road courses. Like next week is going to be pretty exciting because
Yeah.
Kyle Larson is good too. But I mean, Kyle Larson would have to be bad. Brad would have to be bad, which Brad is not a good road course racer.
Yeah.
So he's in a little bit of a predicament there.
Yep.
So to me, you have
Larson
like
could
you
just
said,
blow up
Tyler
again.
Reddick 2 points down, Ross Chastain 9 points down, even Bubba.
In 11th.
Yeah, 9 points down. Either it's going to be a race between them 3 guys to knock Brad out.
Yeah. Which honestly, they don't. Neither one of or all those
Next
3
week's
guys
gonna
are
be
pretty close.
Dope, man.
Yeah. And you guys said that Charlotte Roval was a terrible race.
No, but imagine if it was on the oval.
Oh.
Even better.
Kyle Busch in dead last in the playoffs right now, -26 points.
You know, he predicted this last week
He kind of did.
when he wrecked and he was on. He was doing his exit interview. He was like, "Man, I'm just trying to get way too much out of the car. It's just
No,
not
bro.
working."
He's been if you're wrecking in practice consistently, something is not.
He said
you're
he's
not
trying to
firing
get too
on all
much out of the
cylinders.
car.
Yeah.
He's
something-
like, "The cars are good. I'm just trying to push it a step further, and it's not working." He's like, "There's no play. Either you race where you need to. There's no okay, I have a 15th place car and I get 8th.
you can't
He's like,
race
it-
it to 10.
It doesn't work
No,
that
you
way.
can't.
At least in his car, he's saying. He's like, either it's a
I
winner
think that's across the board.
or it's a 15th back.
Yeah, I agree.
yeah. So
And I mean, he
honestly,
just had
I'm not surprised. But
really,
Kyle
really
Busch,
bad luck today.
that too.
Kyle Busch is that guy that could literally pull up next week and win that race.
Yeah. I
And
wouldn't count him out.
who would be surprised? I wouldn't.
No.
No.
Not that he's like a road course expert, but
But
he's
he
just
could.
that guy. Like when the pressure's on,
That's
he's
usually
the guy
when he's
that
the
will
best.
show up.
He's
That'd
won
be
every
wild.
kind of course. So
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the cutoff's going to be. I do think
I can show
I
you.
mean,
It's right there.
No, I'm
between 8 and
saying
9.
I'm saying where it's actually going to be. No, because
Between
I
8
mean,
and 9.
just stop. Anyway, I'll just moving on to our next topic. So no, what I mean is I don't know if I have a feeling. I mean, Truex is known to be pretty good on road courses, but he hasn't been recently. I don't know if that 17-point cushion is going to be enough. If someone like Ross Chastain or Tyler Reddick or even Bubba. Bubba's not terrible at road courses. I mean, it's not his best, but he's not like Brad.
That'll be interesting because like the Roval last year wasn't great in this new car. I wonder how it'll be this year.
I don't know.
Because like
They
super
did bring
speedweighting,
they're bringing road courses or the cautions
stage
back,
cautions back. Yeah,
so that'll be interesting.
I just think how far super speedway racing has come,
Yeah,
and mile and a half racing is still really good. So where does road course racing on the Roval, not a road course, but the Roval because it is so unique?
yeah. I don't
Where
know.
does it stack up a year later?
Do they run the road course package on that one, right?
Yes,
We should just tell them to run the intermediate.
the low downforce literally makes no difference.
Really?
So.
Yeah. Anyway,
Run the
They should run the super
package.
speedway package.
Yes.
Let's see what that does.
400 horsepower,
no 1,000. Let's go.
bruh,
Go big or go home.
bruh,
They could
for
do it.
real.
You just see them all spin out.
Turn one. You mean like the first year we did this?
No, they
Even
didn't
worse.
spin out. They just didn't turn.
That's true. They
Just
just
went
went straight. They forgot that there was a turn
Who
there.
wasn't that your hero, Brad? That just went straight.
Yep.
There
Pretty sure your hero
goes
did too.
my-
Yep.
Didn't he
Elliot
Came back
did.
and won it, but still,
Didn't he
still
come back
did it.
and win the race?
Yep.
It's a work in progress, all right? It's a rebuilding year.
He's the old has been.
All right. So let's
rebuilding.
move on to
Hey,
some.
you know the good news is you probably were there for Brad's last win.
Wow, that's heartless.
All right.
Just-
How could you be
This is
so
bullying.
heartless?
It is. Let's move on to silly season stuff. Like I said, lots of rumors, lots of things going on. So Spire buys more stuff. $25 million.
That's
They
good.
buy KBM's truck team.
Is Spire
and-
in with like the cartel?
Dude, it's making
Bruh.
me wonder.
They got bank, bro.
Dude,
Like,
I don't know where.
Bands.
I don't know who at Spire all of a sudden was like, man, I'm going to go get a lotto ticket. And just decided to start buying everything.
In all seriousness, I think this is all part of the Gamebridge sponsorship.
It
which is
might be.
part of the. Isn't that part of the F1 or the IndyCar
Ugh,
deal?
I don't
The
know.
Gamebridge. They're in another motorsports.
I don't know. Let me see if I can look it up real quick.
So Gamebridge somehow joined. I don't know if they're part owners or what the exact deal is, but they somehow joined or got investment from or into Spire. So I mean, they've just dropped crazy money. Spire has buying a charter, $40 million, and now they bought KBM $25 million.
IndyCar.
65 million.
It's
bucks.
IndyCar.
$65 million in 2 weeks.
Wait, hold on. Gamebridge is an
Bands.
wait. Is
Bands.
Gamebridge is an insurance company?
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Well, no wonder my premiums go up. It's because they keep spending
Literally.
money at Spire.
Bro, they ain't that good.
They might buy another team next week. You never know.
Who knows?
Yeah, literally. No, it's crazy, like the way Spire is positioning themselves to be the next Hendrick Motors. Not even Hendrick. I would say the next.
Trackhouse,
mean,
maybe.
No, Joe Gibbs.
Oof.
Like
yeah.
who has like the
Okay.
feeder team? You're going to be an established Cup team with 3 cars
3. Yeah.
and a truck team. So
Yeah.
you have, I mean, you got a feeder system now.
Yeah.
You got spots, 3 spots in the Cup Series. Like you gotta. They announced this week they've extended their alliance with Hendrick Motorsports.
Is it Hendrick or Trackhouse? I thought
Hendricks, bro.
So they're partnering with Hendrick and Trackhouse.
Yes, bro. And they run the Hendrick through Dale Jr. Spire runs some of their Xfinity races through the Hendrick cars, which is basically Dale
Man.
Jr., which is very convoluted. It's very convoluted.
Sounds
But-
illegal.
I did hear somebody say though they need to change the name of Corey
A
LaJoy's
lot
podcast.
of hoopla.
They need to change the name
Stacking
of
millions.
Yeah, they're like he's not stacking pennies
Bro,
no more.
Stacking pennies, in my freaking butt.
Yeah, like he's not. He's
Least
stacking
out
a
of the
lot more.
dimes.
Joe or Corey, you might be stacking pennies, but Spire be stacking bands, bro. Like
Yeah, something.
Oh
over there.
yeah.
Do you think Corey knew anything
Now-
about this?
I don't know, but I
He
did.
just
I
woke
will
up one
say
morning,
this.
he's like,
I did hear.
another one?
I did hear a
Another one.
small rumor, and
Another
this is not from a reliable source, but it was an interesting thought. What if the reason Kyle is selling KBM is he plans on buying into RCR?
I mean, he got 25 bands, bro.
He buys into RCR.
So
Him
Richard
and
Childress
him
has
and
I'm pretty
Brex-
sure
25
Kyle
bands.
Busch has more than 25 bands.
Yeah, but then Brexton is basically locked in.
25 mil.
He could lock in Brexton at that point.
Is that
That's a
nepotism?
lot of freaking money, dude.
I mean, he already was making.
What if Kyle Busch
Big
starts another truck team? Another one.
Another one.
You know, I like this so much. I
KBM
did
too.
it again.
Busch Kyle Motorsports.
Yeah,
BKM.
just make it KFB Motorsports.
KFB Motorsports.
KFB Motorsports.
That'd be
There you go.
hilarious. All right, so let's move on to another rumor floating around is that Thor Sport Racing and Rackley WAR is interested in Noah Gragson.
I think this is all. I think this is all fake.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
it
I'm
could be.
Noah, I wouldn't want to be with any one of those teams. Neither one of those teams offer you any kind of pathway back to the Cup Series.
Yeah.
You got to get with like a Joe Gibbs, apparently now a Spire team.
Yeah,
You got to get with one of them.
It could be. a
You
Spire
got
team.
you got to get back into some kind of feeder system like John
Yeah.
Hunter Nemechek.
Also heard,
Obviously, a clear example of how to do it. You
Oh,
got to
yeah.
do that.
I also heard Brett Moffitt might be going to the 25. So you never know.
could be.
Or Zane Smith's 38.
If history repeats itself, Noah will be in the 5 next year.
Maybe.
Listen, all I'm saying is
Dang, man.
if Noah,
5.1.
all I'm gonna say is if Noah ends back
that's
in,
New Game Plus energy.
if Noah ends back up in the Cup Series, everyone's gonna be saying this man's about to win.
I don't know.
But there's a
Carson
difference-
Hocevar be making him look bad, or did Noah just miss out on the window of opportunity because all of a sudden Eric Jones got fast?
Maybe.
Man. All I'm
If
going to say.
Eric Jones and the 42 car got fast at the same time.
Yeah,
It's not like all of a sudden Eric Jones was fast and Noah was slow. It's all of a sudden right after Noah got let go, they
maybe at that
found
point,
something.
Legacy was just like, you know what, we ain't getting any help from Chevy, so you know what, we'll just kind of do our own thing.
Here's
Push
my
the boundaries.
Yeah.
We get caught. No.
Yeah,
Here's my
what do we
thing,
care?
man,
Next
like-
year,
with Kyle Larson, it's like he made a mistake and it worked out for him.
I heard from a crew
With Noah
chief-
Gragson, this man liked a meme and got fired from his job. That's
Once
terrible.
I
luck,
did hear
man.
from a crew chief this week
Mhm.
that there is not a legal Cup car in the top 30.
I believe that. They just
If
haven't
you
found
really
it.
broke it down, you would find something on all 30.
I'm sure you would.
Not illegal, but definitely
area.
gray area.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to. That's what
Yeah.
you're supposed to do.
For
like,
sure.
if you're going to be competitive, you have to push the boundaries somehow. Another rumor we got floating around is New Hampshire is going to move to June. I don't know if that's that. This was an older list, so I don't know if that
How
came
many
out.
New Hampshires do we have? One? Or two?
I think it's just one.
Just one?
I think so.
I mean, I'd rather they just not have it at all.
I'm not going to lie. I watched like a couple
That's the one
weeks
with the
ago.
lobster, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only one.
This guy was like going off on this. It was a driver. Was going off this whole thing like how New Hampshire should turn to a night race and all this stuff. I'm like, do you not know anything? Like they literally cannot race at night. Like the city has completely outlawed it. Like it's a whole thing. Like they've been trying to get lights and run a night race forever.
Can't
And
do
this
it.
driver was like throwing a fit about how bad the racing is. Like, well, if it was a Saturday night race, like it would be way better. It's like,
Well,
how do I know this and you don't?
He's
You
not wrong.
race.
but
No, but he was trying to like convince like people like we should petition for it to change. I'm like, bro, the city has said no.
yeah, I don't think you're
Yeah,
going
and
to
that's
get.
where NASCAR should be like, bye.
Yep.
And the city
Money.
starts saying no. They start
All
saying
right.
bye.
See ya.
Have you met our friend Spire?
Are they from New Hampshire?
I don't know. Moving on to
It's no longer going to be called NASCAR racing. It's just going to be Spire racing. This is the whole sport.
Spire.
instead of the
Spire
NASCAR Cup Series,
buys
this is
out
going to
the
be the
entire
NASCAR
sport.
Spire Series. like,
Then
jeez.
that's called Spire.
All right. So moving on to the next one.
Spire.
North Wilkesboro will be getting a Bristol dirt date. Well, we know it's coming back.
Wait, what? Wait, what's getting a Bristol dirt date?
North Wilkesboro.
I
will
think
get
this
a
is
Bristol dirt
false.
date.
I mean, this was a
Why?
rumor that was going
This
around.
one was going around, but I don't think this is happening.
So
They've said
I
they're going to
think it's kinda
repave
trash.
it.
Well, they said North Wilkesboro is coming back as the All Star.
And I heard they are repaving it.
I hope so.
Oh, like it's getting the Bristol dirt date. I
yes,
thought you were.
welcome, Jeff.
I thought you meant like
is
it was
Easter.
getting Bristol dirt. Like it was going to be
Yeah,
a dirt
I-
race. I'm like, why would you do that?
No.
No, I could see him doing Easter.
I don't know what the Easter date is, but it's going to be the All Star race. So maybe it is moving to Easter
Yeah.
for the All Star race.
Maybe.
That'd be cool. A
That'd
shorter
make-
race on Easter Sunday.
That'd
Might
make
be
a lot
a
more
little
sense.
better.
Maybe even a Saturday before Easter. That'd
But you
be
have
great.
the All-Star race so early in the season.
It's not that much earlier than the current position.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Early April versus early May. I mean, it's not that different. No,
Yeah.
I guess it's late May, right? No, it's mid-May.
It depends.
Because the Coke 600
Easter
is
moves
May, last Sunday in May, right? From Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, you're 4 weeks early. I don't know. So now your 2 expedition races are pretty close to the beginning of the season.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just I don't know. I still think if we're gonna do a dirt race, I've been kind of thinking like maybe not
I
Eldora.
don't think we see a dirt race
I
next
know,
year.
but
No,
I'm
I
wondering.
don't think it's coming back.
I wonder if which one of you guys?
Eldora, I would love to see Eldora, but it
Eldora
doesn't
or
have
Knoxville?
but Eldora or Knoxville does not have the infrastructure to support a cup race.
I thought Eldora did have enough.
Nah, hell no, bro. Like to support a cup race?
Really?
Nah,
Ooh.
bro.
I think they
Bro,
could.
how many people went to Bristol Dirt last year? It was about 80,000. Eldora can hold like 20 something.
Oh, I thought it held a lot more than
Nah,
that. Okay.
bro, no, you can't. Like
Okay,
you
then I don't-
can't.
yep,
You
never mind.
can't.
No, even North Wilkesboro is like
Just get Tony Stewart to
borderline
write that
too
check.
That was what 35,000.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it sold out in.
And it was like you had to pre-register, give money
Yeah.
to charity, get in a lotto system.
Yeah,
almost
that
like
was insane.
now. Granted,
you,
it
you
is
got to
the hype.
hold 50,000 minimum for a cup date.
Yeah,
Yeah, especially if something
And
like
you
that.
got to have all the bathrooms and all the suites for all the,
The Wi-Fi.
executives. You got to have
the parking.
all the stuff. Like neither one of those tracks are ready for that.
Nope.
Doesn't mean they can't be,
They
but
could.
they're not
They
ready.
could get there. They just. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't
I
think
think
it's happens
we're
this
probably
year.
a couple years removed from seeing an actual
I hope they
dirt
do.
race.
I really do hope they try to bring it back at a real dirt track.
Especially with Tony Stewart not being happy with NASCAR.
Yeah, he's got to be around.
His own series is pretty fun.
Yeah,
Knoxville would be a banger though.
Knoxville
That's
would be pretty
what?
wild.
That's up in Iowa. That'd be a market we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Or doesn't have a NASCAR race currently because of Iowa. Since we
Replace-
left Iowa, I should say.
Replace it with the New Hampshire date. New Hampshire doesn't like us. Move over to
Just get
Knoxville.
rid of New Hampshire, bro. That track sucks.
Yeah,
Just bring the lobster somewhere else.
Yeah.
We still want to get.
That's what I was getting
we
at
still
from
want the
start.
lobster.
It's
What's his
kinda
name?
trash.
Larry or
Hey,
Loudon?
New Hampshire, we out, but we taking the lobster.
Bring him with us.
Yeah.
Bring
He's
Larry,
part of the
Larry
Not
the
a fan.
lobster.
Hey, did you know after Adam Petty died, they issued the next race in New Hampshire had restrictor plates?
I remember
What?
that.
It was the worst race ever. Kyle Petty led every lap. Or Jeff Burton led every lap.
Interesting.
It was
Oh, that was
Doesn't
yeah.
Go
sound
on
great.
NASCAR Classics and watch that race if you need a nap.
that bad, huh?
It was bad.
All right, let's
It's
move
like
on.
watching golf.
Let's move. Yeah, let's move on to the next rumor
Let's
mill.
go.
Tommy Bredinger, I think that's how you say her last name.
Isn't that the Victoria's Secret
Yep,
model?
that girl
Okay.
is going to the trucks full time with Tricon. To
That's
be determined.
a rumor, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
If
totally
it
It's a
will
silly
be-
season rumor.
Honestly,
I
I
assume.
mean,
To replace
I
Hummer.
mean, I think
100% cool with
everybody
it.
should get a shot. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
about it.
Can't even do
It's a
this.
decent ride too. Like
About it.
About it. Bringing it back. About it.
About it.
Matt.
It's a decent ride.
Saga.
Oh my gosh.
Not much more to say. It's
Her
just-
and
it makes
Natalie
sense.
Decker in the same track at the same time.
Oh, there's gonna be a cat fight for
Oh,
sure.
yeah. Oh,
or,
bro.
Or, you know.
No, don't go there.
Natalie Decker. Sucker punch. Wow.
All right. The other last rumor: Grant Enfinger going to Nice Motorsports.
Who the hell cares?
Come on, man. That might give you a good move for
Yeah.
Grant Enfinger.
So, fun fact, I think he flipped me off.
I was
too.
gonna say he flipped you. I've just noticed
showed
that
you his
all of Jake's stories about drivers end. Most of them end with
Not most of them. Some
Kyle
of them.
Busch. What did Kyle Busch say to you?
Now Kyle Busch was rude as hell, bro.
See, okay, Kyle Busch.
It's those Hendrick
Bro.
We
fans.
got Grant
Kyle
Enfinger.
Busch.
Hendrick
Can I?
fans,
Have I
bro.
ever told that story?
I don't think
you
you've told
did.
it. I
On
don't
the
think you've told it
podcast?
on the
I don't know if you had.
podcast,
Don't
though.
go for it.
I think you've told it.
So I'm at
to
Bristol.
us.
I had hot passes for Bristol, and I'm going, and we're like hanging out with Austin Dillon and Ty Dillon. Like we're hanging out with them. Like
And it
it's
was
super cool.
you and Lindsay, right?
Yeah,
Hanging
me
out,
and
drinking a
Lindsay.
Coca-Cola.
The first year they
Vibing.
ever did the traction compound, we're walking on the banking with them, like kicking the compound to see how much grip it has and all, chilling. So Kyle Busch walks up. He's late to practice, so I'm like, "Hey, Kyle Busch, can we get a photo?"
Hold on. How many years ago was this? This was
I mean,
last week.
8, 9, maybe.
so. This was like prime JGR Kyle Busch.
Oh yeah, this
Okay.
is like
The jerk Kyle.
when he had all them hitter interviews,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the face, you know what I mean? Like,
For those listening, it's the yip meme.
anyways, So I asked him if I can take a photo. He's like, yeah, cool, walk with me. And I go to take the selfie, and there's like a lady carrying a big catering dish full of food. And if I keep walking, like we're going to run into each other. So I kind of move out of the way, let her go, and I go back up to like take the photo with him, trying to be courteous. And he literally looks at me and goes, man, you really suck at this. I was like, bro, are you for real? You want to just wipe this lady out? Like, is that what you're looking for? Like, he was such a douche, bro. And then the second time I met him, he was a douche too. Like 2 for 2. Like,
What was the
God
second
dang.
one?
We were at Daytona, and I was like, hey, man, will you sign my hat? I just had like a generic, like this, like, you know, like I'm wearing my NASCAR hat, like a generic NASCAR hat. He's like, no, I only sign stuff that my fans buy with my gear. I'm like, bruh, yeah, I'm never gonna buy your crap, dude. You freaking douchebag, bro. Like, the way he said it was just so rude.
Just so
I'm
Kyle.
like, bro, like
That's
I'm
like-
just a fan.
It's
Like,
just typical Kyle Busch.
That's
I
funny,
don't
bro.
know. But anyway, I forgot
Yeah.
what we were even talking about.
We were talking about Enfinger going to Nice, and somehow that's where
Oh
we ended
yeah,
up.
so he doored Jordan Anderson going into the checkered flag at Daytona, and it was kind of a rude move. I won't say a dirty move. It was a rude move just because I
It
was
was a
rooting for
rude
Jordan
move.
Anderson. I had hot passes through Jordan Anderson that year, so we were hanging out with him all week. So I really wanted him to win, and he lost. So
Oh man, it was
the
clean
next
pass.
day when we were camping, he was like driving around giving away flags, and he gave me like a flag and like a koozie, and I was like, you know, that move you did yesterday it sucked, bro. That was pretty rude. And he was like, well, I won anyways. Here's your flag, and threw the flag at me and drove away in his golf cart.
Jake is really good at pissing off people, in case you can't tell.
But hey, I got the flag. It's still in the RV. I got the koozie at work.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
All right,
man.
speaking of koozies, Jake, can you pull up the Kuzman and Friends question of the week? Or I know you said you had a really good one.
I've been
Yeah.
looking forward to this all
He,
podcast.
he has a good one. This is a good one.
Unfortunately, Kuzman did have to go to sleep. So we'll see you
something.
tomorrow. We'll talk
I
to you
don't
tomorrow.
know. He had to do something. Anyways, it was just basically, what's your favorite paint scheme of all time?
2002 Terry Labonte Daytona 500 Frosted Flakes.
I gotta look it up.
Kellogg's?
Yeah,
That joke was
I'll show you.
fire, bro.
I'll show you which one exactly which one I'm
That's a
talking
classic.
about.
That's a classic. Ah,
I'm
Matt.
trying to look.
Mine has to be the Brad Keselowski throwback to the Miller genuine draft.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not it, Jeff. I'm sorry.
That's it, bro.
That's lame.
That's the one I'm talking
That's
about.
lame, bro.
Is this the one?
The one where he got wrecked by
Oh,
Earnhardt
yeah, okay.
Senior was better.
That one is pretty cool. That is a cool.
Look
one,
up the 1995. When did he
Jeff.
get
What am I
wrecked
looking
by
at?
Dale Senior?
1995 Terry Labonte.
Yeah. Let's see.
Was it
Dramatic
Frosted
pause.
Flakes?
Just type it in.
Pause.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever. Bro, that's it
Oh,
right there.
that's a classic though.
That's it
That's
right
a good
there,
one,
buddy.
too.
I don't know that I would say I like like it better. But
That's awesome.
When I think of old school NASCAR, that
Yeah.
is the car I
That's
think
a
of.
classic.
That's a
classic.
classic.
What about you, DJ?
I don't know, man. There's like I go back and forth between a couple. So
What is the newer NASCAR guy?
car.
yeah, no, the
That's
T-Rex.
pretty baller.
That was
No,
pretty
I
awesome.
love that.
Hey, let me throw you down memory lane. When we were little kids and Jeff Gordon ran that car, they came out with a die cast for it. And me, my dad, my brother did a die cast for Jeff Gordon 24 like T-Rex car. It was so cool, bro. I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that. My dad still has it in his trophy case.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The thing
That's
is
cool.
awesome.
No,
Super
I would
cool.
say it's probably if I had to pick one, it's probably Junior's. Was it his nationwide one? The one he won in 2016 at the Coke race. It's the dark
At
car.
Daytona?
Yeah, the dark car with the
black,
American flag.
red, white, and blue.
Yes,
2015.
2015.
When
Okay.
Austin Dillon hit the catch fence.
Yes, that year.
Yes.
That
I
thing-
remember. You remember that year? Like they didn't really reveal that car. Me and Matt were there, standing on top of the garage, and they rolled it through tech, and it was like the first time they really revealed it. We were like, bro,
That
it
was a
was
nice car.
so baller. We're like, what the heck is that? It was pretty fire. That was like back before you used to see like a lot of social media like reveal like you do now.
This is
So we didn't even see it until then.
As Halo nerds,
here's,
the Halo car is cool too.
here's Mark's favorite,
Oh, the Rainbow Earnhardt
the
car.
Peter Max. The
So you
rainbow.
know what's so crazy about that?
Oh, yeah.
Earnhardt ran a black car for so long Like for him to run that, like, and for people that don't know, it's the when he ran the Rainbow 3, like yellow, lot of color, multicolor, and that was just such a shocking change. When did he run that race, Mark? I don't even know.
2000.
All-Star race, I think.
It says 2000 on this one diecast thing. Year
Yeah.
2000. Yep.
Yeah. I think a close second would be the Dale Jr. 01 Daytona, the 400 mile
the
race.
Pepsi car.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
No.
Or not the Pepsi, the baseball, the
baseball
All-Star
one,
car,
the All-Star
the
game
Pepsi
card,
400 car.
the Pepsi 400
Yes.
car.
Oh,
That was sick, and you have like a super
Oh, I
sweet
got-
diecast.
I
of
got the
that.
race one
That's
diecast.
the
You
race
know what
one.
car
one.
nobody's bringing up?
Oh man,
A Keystone car. It's just ugly. Nobody likes a Keystone car.
I will say one of my backup.
Bro, look at that thing right there.
The baseball
Bro,
one.
look at that thing.
Yeah, my backup though to the
Oh,
junior
yeah.
one is
That's
probably
just-
one of Brad's. That I think it was the Patriotic Miller car.
Yes, bro.
Was that what you were gonna pick?
Which one?
The Patriotic
Patriotic?
Miller.
Oh,
The
yeah.
red, white, and
They're
blue
always
Miller
cool.
car
Yeah.
is
Dude, honestly,
amazing.
that
like,
one was sick, man.
RFK has had fire schemes
Well,
all year this
oh,
year.
yeah,
Like,
that was
they've
Penske.
had
No,
these-
I'm talking about back to the OG
no,
two
back in
car.
the old O2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
no, for sure. But like some of the schemes they've had this year are gonna be
Brad's scheme today was
throwback
good.
schemes. Like,
I
they're
think my
good.
two favorite is when Dale Jr. ran that nationwide 88 that was kind of like that red, white, and blue, and he ran it all year. And he won the 400 or won the Daytona 500 in 2014. But it had like the number, the 88 had like that air, like that metallic brushed 88 gold. Like it was just so different at that time. You didn't see anything like that. Like the numbers were all one color. For somebody to
Yeah.
come out with like a number that had like this, oh, DJ pulling it up, bro. Get a zoom in on the number, bro. The number is incredible. See, like
yeah.
the like it had like a
Diamond
like a-
plate almost.
That's your iRacing skin.
It
isn't
doesn't look like that because like that's what it looks like here, but it has like it's like that brushed metallic
oh, I
finish.
see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
It's so cool. Like that paint scheme. I mean, he went on a tear that year. Won like Pocono. I think he swept both Pocono
Yeah.
races. Won Martinsville. Won Phoenix. Like went
That
on
one
a
is-
tear
that
that
one's-
year.
Isn't that your iRacing? Skin?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But
no,
my Ford racing scheme in iRacing is the Brad number 2 car.
honestly,
the
I actually
American flag.
I know Jake will know what I'm talking about, but the when he first joined Hendrick with the Amp Energy car, I thought that
I
was
never
kinda
cared
hot.
for those cars. Bro.
I don't know. I got the green and the red.
I always
thought was
loved
cool.
the Mountain Dew cars because they changed
Yeah,
every year. He
but
ran like 2 races
those
a
are
year
kinda-
with Mountain Dew, and they always changed.
I thought it was kind of cool, like at least for the first reveal, and then it was like whatever. But like,
you ever see
it
back
was
in the
good.
day, like he got in a wreck, and they had to replace the entire door panel, and it was just a black panel, and it had no number on the side. NASCAR mandates you have to run a number on the each side and the roof. So they literally took red tape and did like a 88
I
out of
remember
duct
that.
tape.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
That's wild.
Mark was mentioning Darrell Waltrip's Chrome car.
The 17. Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty sweet looking.
that's good stuff. What about you, Goose? Give me a paint scheme, bro. That's like one of your favorites. One of your
Just
favorites.
whatever your favorite is.
the first one you think of. Isn't
Like-
that all his cars though?
No,
Oh,
I know which
yeah.
one he's talking about. It's the
trying to
Mossy
think.
Oak one.
Oh, the Mossy Oak. Okay.
Yeah, hold on.
Let's see.
Oh my gosh, I can't spell.
Which one? The championship car? What are you looking up? DJ, I don't even know what you found.
I,
bro.
I,
you know
I
that's
spelled
a
his
cool-
name wrong.
I think I know what he's talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
That's
think I
kinda
do
hot.
know the one you're talking about. I vaguely remember it. I'm trying to find it, but I'm not having good luck.
Was he
I
yet.
was at
Gibbs-
that race
was he
when
with
he won
Gibbs
his
or was
first
he-
championship. It was cool. It was so emotional, bro. He broke down in victory lane. Like it was. It
Was that when he
pretty
was
cool.
with Furniture Row?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought.
It was
so
such
it would
an
have been
underdog
So DJ, it would
win.
have been the 78.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have been when he was with Furniture Row.
Here we go.
That's a
I
5
guess,
hour energy.
The
eh?
Homestead
The Homestead
it's
is a,
something like that one
It
right
would be-
there. It's
yeah.
that one. Yes, bro. The orange and
Sick.
the orange
Yep.
and black with like camo stripes.
That's pretty sweet.
yeah.
That's a baller.
Okay, there we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
It was cool. Oh yeah.
Oh, that one's
That's a good one.
tight,
The
man.
scales, like
The
yeah,
gold
you know what?
scales.
Another one
Oh,
that I thought was
that's
really
hot.
kind of like simple and kind of cool was I like the I think it was the Tyler Reddick Jumpman. Where
I
it
don't
was,
care about that. I don't give.
I
two
do.
crap
I
about
liked it.
Jordans.
no, I thought it was super
I thought it was
clean.
awesome.
It was just super clean.
Kevin Harvick's had some really good schemes for the year.
I liked his
Remember
millennial
his
cars,
millennial and his
Yeah.
like.
What was the other
it,
one?
The
The-
80s gnarly
the
one.
Boomers car, and
Yeah,
stuff like
bro,
that.
those were
Boomers.
hilarious.
Dude, it was kind of like Senior Man. He hated those cars so much.
I honestly do miss the OG Tony Stewart Home Depot cars.
It was such a classic.
I love them. I think they're great. Oh, yeah.
The old like Rusty Wallace, like the old blue and white Miller cars.
The
Bruh.
original
The OG
Miller car.
I will say,
Have you seen like
I've
that?
seen them.
That's a Miller car right there.
It's the white man. The
I-
white.
No.
I
Freaking
drink
Matt be
Miller.
like, this is my favorite Brad car of all time. I'm like, that's originally a Rusty Wallace
know.
scheme, right? Just so you know.
Oh, I know.
Just in
It's
case you were
beautiful.
wondering.
It's clean.
That's a good one.
no, I think that's one thing that's nice too. Is I feel like in a lot of ways the sport they're putting a lot more emphasis in the schemes now. Again, like they used to, where
Yeah.
like you see places like Trackhouse, RFK.
Trackhouse came out
You know,
first year, hot.
yeah, Trackhouse, RFK in the
still
last
have
year
the rip.
year
They
or
still
so.
have it.
Okay, hot.
Dude, I will say,
2311s are
Hendrick-
pretty good.
In
honestly.
my opinion, Hendrick is way behind.
Oh no, they're just
100%.
The 48 is the only one that comes up with some like the light and dark mode. Like that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
But like the 9, like the paint scheme they ran this weekend sucks, bro. Don't bring them back.
well, you know something cool that the
Please,
48's doing?
Napa. Like y'all got money. Like
The
come up
48,
with a fire Napa.
the
scheme,
48, you
please.
can actually you could actually go online and they were letting fans design the
Yeah.
Homestead car.
That's
like
cool,
that's-
Honestly, like one of my highlights for at least for RFK schemes was when they came out with the Castrol scheme, and it was the first year they were allowed with the chrome numbers. And it's like
Oh,
you've
yeah.
seen the Joe Gibbs with the chrome numbers, and it's like, yeah, that's kind of cool, whatever. But then when they have the 6 in that font with the chrome, it's
Imagine
like,
back in
oh,
the day, Dale Waltrip
it's
pulling
hot.
up with a chrome car.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie though. Like I will say, I got to give props to Penske. Like the fact that they always have painted rims. I don't know what it
I
is, but that
appreciate it,
makes
bro.
such a
I
difference.
appreciate it. Yeah.
I
It,
do
it
too.
helps so much with like just the scheme of the car.
Imagine
and tying
that
it together.
19 we're looking at right now has some orange rims.
Ooh, or even just white, just to kind of go with the furniture row.
Orange rims.
Orange.
But orange would be kind of cool. That's
No, it's like Dale Jr. is such a stickler for the painted side skirts. DJ over here like painted rims.
painted rims. I want painted rims.
It was funny. We were at DGM shop. We're like, these are like the bright orange Chase Elliott sun rims. Like,
Yeah.
was it sun? Whatever that
Sun
sponsors.
drop.
No, it's the sun.
Sun Point.
It's some Sun Bank or something.
Yeah.
It's literally like chrome orange. I'm like,
Oh jeez.
Why
bro,
do you have
what the
this?
hell? They're like, yeah, we just bought them. like, okay. They're like, yeah, he got in a wreck, tore a bunch of them up. He's not running that paint scheme this year, so we bought them. They're not going to reuse them. I was like, okay.
Whatever works, bro.
Yeah. They must got that
That's
Spire
funny.
money.
Yeah.
For
Jeez.
rims.
Yeah, for busted rims.
Joe
All right.
Gibbs is another one of those.
It is really
kinda
funny
like
to go to
that.
DGM. Like, you see all these shops, like, selling body parts. You go to DGM, and there's, like, a giant pile of body panels. He's like, yeah, just take whatever you want. And I'm like, nah, bro, half that's junk. I can't even, there's nothing left on this. But
Yeah,
we do need to
still
get our
heavy.
front bumper.
I
Yeah.
don't even think it's there anymore.
It's still there.
Yeah.
Last time we went, it was still there. We got to get it before they take the trash out. Sorry.
We're gonna take the trash out. Because are you saying your work was trash? Or?
Bro, I'd love to have that 91 car that
Was-
went in the air.
Was after it wrecked.
That's
Or
true.
92 after it went in the air at Daytona.
Yeah.
Get that door panel that's completely destroyed.
Perfect.
Yeah,
We'll
good-
hang it
good
on the
wall
wall
mount.
right there.
Put it right
Lin-
in there.
Lindsay will love it. All right. Let's start to
Right.
wrap things up. Do you guys got anything you want to say before we take off for the day? I think we pretty much hit everything.
Rovalo next week.
Bro,
Oh,
this should
yeah.
be fun. Excited.
I hope it's good.
I think it will be.
I hope it's good.
I think it will be.
Yeah, I mean the race last year is kind
Stakes are
of
pretty high.
meh, but like I think the tension of the playoffs and how close the bubble is going to make it a little bit more.
I would say this:
exciting.
if this wasn't a playoff cutoff race for the playoffs, I definitely think it wouldn't be nearly as exciting. But that'll anytime there's a cutoff for playoffs, man, that always makes it exciting.
I agree.
Oh yeah,
So
We don't really have any crazy rivalries right now in the Cup Series, do we?
No.
Chase Elliott and
Kyle
Larson. Kyle Larson.
Hendrick Motorsports.
We'll see how
You
that
saw they
works
made
out next
contact
week.
again on pit road today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, based off. Did we talk about the fight?
A
we
little
did.
bit, yeah.
Dude, Sanchez so bloody, bro. It
Bro.
was like rough. I was like, God dang, bro.
Bro, he was saying some
Relax,
nonsense
man.
too. Like
What'd he
he
say?
could be mean.
Bro,
Bro,
he
was
said,
straight up like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm like,
He said, I'm
bro.
gonna kill you when we get to Homestead. Like,
Yeah. You can't be saying.
did you see his
that.
post race interview?
Yeah, the lady's like, we're not talking about home.
They're like, he was like, what are you looking forward to Homestead? He's like, hope we win. And the lady's like, no, we're not talking
We're
about
not
Homestead.
commenting.
And literally grabbed him and pulled him away.
yeah, and he's like, oh. He literally was like, uh-oh, and walked away.
But his answer was like perfectly fine. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna
he's
try
like,
to
yeah,
go
we're gonna
win. Perfect PR answer.
You can't be
Yep.
saying that kind of nonsense though.
Because you
No,
know,
bro, he thought he was in the private of the garage, which is none.
Never private.
Every
Yeah.
time you think like, wow, like this is a bunch of cool guys, like this, like its own ecosystem, and then all of a sudden, like you say, Bob Pockris and Jeff Gluck walking through, you're like, there are no secrets here.
Not one.
They're literally like hawks, like wandering around.
these are
looking
not
for
the
something.
secrets you're looking for. These are not the
Yeah,
secrets
no
you're looking
kidding.
for. Please leave.
But
You
yeah,
can go about
I
your
think
business.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I
I,
think
hope
it'll be fun.
good. Stage cautions are back, so
Yeah, that'll make it
I
interesting.
think that will make it interesting.
All right, Matt, you gonna be here next week?
We'll
Hopefully.
see.
Okay.
Are you, wait,
Play by ear.
actually, are you gonna be here?
Play by ear.
Yeah, we don't know yet. I guess.
know.
I guess we'll have to see.
Let me only think into the future here, and just, I have no clue.
Bro,
We'll see.
had the baby on Monday. Go
It's the
back to
plan.
work. Go back. Take a day off on Tuesday. Back to work on Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Xfinity race on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll be good.
yeah. Yeah,
I already committed to DGM that we're going to the shop on Wednesday. So
God.
pack your stuff up. Come on, let's go.
Yep.
You know, if everything's good, they'll let you out within 24 hours and 1 minute.
Jake be out here. Jake be out
Enough,
here.
Jake.
Like Matt be out here. I'm having a kid tomorrow, and Jake be like, just bring it with you.
it's fine. It's fine.
Teach him young, bro. Get that paint going.
Get them paint go.
All right, guys. Well, it's been fun. I think that's a good point to call it for the night. We will see you guys next week. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, quit playing footsie.